for Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo, Chadema, and he is now also the party's presidential candidate for the national elections to be held on October 28th this year. So thank you so much for making time for us, Mr. Lissu. And you did return to the country on 27th July 2020 from Belgium after receiving treatment. You survived an assassination attempt, that is September 7th, 2017 in Dodoma. 16 bullets. I mean, it's truly miraculous that you lived to tell the tale. First of all, what was that recovery process even like?
Thank you very much, first of all, for having me on your program. And also, thank you very much for, letting me speak to the Kenyan people and the people beyond Kenya on these on matters of Tanzania. The recovery journey after September 7, 2017 was really long, painful, but I must say, it went well. I spent 4 months in Nairobi, at the Nairobi hospital in Kenya. I had the best medical care from the Kenyan doctors and medical workers. And as I have said before, I have lots of Kenyan blood flowing through my veins. Thank you to the Kenyan people for taking care of me for 4 months. And of course, after Nairobi, I left Nairobi Hospital in January of 2018. I went to Belgium, where I spent the next 11 months at the University Hospital Leuven, where I was treated again for 11 months, as I say. Generally speaking, I got the best medical care, both in Kenya and in Belgium. And it is through the miracles of the Kenyan and Belgian medical workers that I'm here. And obviously, it is also thanks to the miracles of God that I'm here today.
All right, thank you so much for elaborating on that. Now, you had lost the parliamentary seat while you were undergoing treatment. Would you say it was politically or legally justifiable?
I was stripped of my parliamentary seat for what they said was my absenteeism. Now, everyone in Tanzania and outside Tanzania knows and knew that I was away from the country because of that cowardly assassination attempt in September of 2017. And those who wanted me dead through bullets, once they failed, decided to strip me of the parliamentary seat. It's the same thing. It was totally unjustified, legally, morally, maybe politically in their political calculations. Maybe it was justified by, on their political calculations. But obviously, whatever happened, taking away my parliamentary seat after I had survived an assassination attempt in which I was shot 16 times, after spending months trying to recover from the wounds that I received that day without any assistance whatsoever from the government, from Parliament of Tanzania. Taking away my parliamentary seat was, the ultimate insult, if you will.
Okay, so you had been away from the country for a substantial amount of time, and even though now Chadema, of course, Tanzania's main opposition party, has unanimously approved for your candidacy for the October 28th general election, how would you convince critics who say that you may be out of touch with what has transpired in the last few years, and also that you are going to bring this win home?
That's a very good question. The members of my party have decided that I should represent the party during this year's general elections. I won comprehensively in a field that originally had 11 candidates, 11 party members who wanted to be presidential candidates. I won in that field overwhelmingly. Therefore, the answer to your question is the people of Tanzania and the members of my party especially understand, and they know that I never lost any touch, even after nearly 3 years of absence from Tanzania, because I kept communicating with the nation throughout the period that I was away. With the benefits of modern technology, what I get in Belgium or what I was getting while in Nairobi is exactly what I would have gotten if I were in Singida, where my parliamentary constituency is. So I didn't lose any touch, really. The distance was huge, thousands of kilometers, but with benefit of technology, that distance did not affect much.
Okay, so speaking of the party as it stands, the opposition is still not united. And, facing CCM, the ruling party since independence, what's the likelihood that the opposition will speak in a united voice even as we approach the election very quickly?
I think by opposition here you mean Chadema, my party, and ACT was position of cooperation between Chadema and ACT, and we are working that out. There are several legal issues that we must resolve. There are all sorts of legal traps.
Apologies for that. It appears we're having some technical difficulties, but we were speaking to Tundu Lissu right there. But let's move to Egypt now. As Egypt loosens coronavirus restrictions, one restaurant has decided to let robots